Hi everyone, this is Mary from A Passion for Paper, and I'm here to share my Jane Austen journal with you. So here she is. She's one signature, a lot of grungy elements, vintage, aged papers. This is a hand-torn fabric ribbon, little frayed edges, which I love. And then I mainly used digitals from Mrs. Cog, C-O-G, and they were the Jane Austen kit. I also have a lot of Jane Austen book pages, authentic original vintage pages from a variety of her books, and many different coffee dyed elements, including here you see the coffee dyed lace and coffee dyed book pages and coffee dyed paper. The cover is thicker artist paper that has been coffee and tea dyed. And there's a lot of sewing throughout as well. This is a index card turned into a journal card and a lace pocket. I love this book page because it has the famous opening line. It is a truth well known to all the world that an unmarried man in possession of a large fortune must be in need of a wife. Such a funny little opening line, and I know that's pretty well known by all the Jane Austen fans in the room. So more coffee dyed papers and authentic book pages. I did use some coffee dyed sari silk that I ordered from a shop on Etsy. It was just white sari silk, and then I coffee dyed it. This is a great little journaling card that I purchased from an Etsy shop called Honey Ruth Designs, and some book page, Jane Austen, and it has some handwritten notes, pretentious, and some white acrylic paint. I love how this came out with the sari silk in a ruffled form, and I just added a little bit of vintage lace to the front of that. And I love the messy threads, so those are just hanging free throughout the back of that. And we have some authentic vintage music page. This has a cute little square on the back of it, which was made from sewing on the side, a little cluster. Works of Jane Austen, and another picture from that kit, Jane Austen from Mrs. Cog. This is a really fun piece. I sell these in my Etsy shop, A Passion for Paper shop. And these are coffee dyed fabric pieces, and has that beautiful coloring at the bottom, coffee dyed, and I use a lace stencil to achieve that effect. So that's one of the pages, and then some more of the back of stitching here, which kind of acts as a frame for any journaling you would want to do there. And that is one of my Scrappy notepads, which I also sell in my Etsy shop, Most of my Scrappy notepads are French in theme, and they contain French book pages, authentic vintage French book pages, and also some French digitals that I've coffee dyed. But this one I made especially for the Jane Austen journal. So it has there, Mr. Bingley is quoted as saying something there in that quote, and then I have at the bottom of this Scrappy notepad is a beautiful grungy coffee dyed, tea dyed Pride and Prejudice book page. And there's some more of that pretty lace coffee dyed pattern, and that's the bottom of the Scrappy notepad sewn in there. Over here is another page from a different book. I have lots of different old Jane Austen books. I love this stamp. Some coffee dyed paper. Again, more of the Jane Austen book pages. This is a lovely image, again, from Mrs. Cogg's Etsy shop, and just a coffee dyed Elizabeth, Mr. Bingley. You can see that's from one of the Jane Austen books. This little tab here is just made with some messy stitching, and it's basically some artist paper and then fabric sewn onto the edge of the page there. Another lovely image. Love that she's writing on her paper. And this is a beautiful, sorry I hit the camera there, a beautiful stamp. I just love that one. I believe that's in the Sam Poole stamp kit. I just recently got that, and I just love it. Here's another handmade grungy coffee dyed index card that I made into a nice little journaling card, that shabby chic look. Some lace, hand torn fabric, and coffee dyed paper at the top. And I just love how that came out. Just this little simple cluster on the edge there, made of different fabrics and ribbon, all vintage, some of them coffee dyed. Looks cool from the back too, on the Northanger Abbey title. More exquisitely grungy paper, and here's the inside of the journal. You can see it is a 3 pamphlet stitch, hand tied with embroidery floss. Now this lovely little Scrappy notepad, I went ahead and put this in with a Tim Holtz tiny little paper clip, so that could be moved to a different location if you'd like. Includes, you know, the hand dyed papers, book pages, so on, embellished with the trim, some more script, coffee dyed book pages. Here's another lace pocket. This beautiful lace, I coffee dyed it. That is from an old wedding dress that I won in an auction. This has sari silk ribbon at the top. That's the white one that I did not yet coffee dye because I kind of like the contrast for some of that. So it's the same sari silk that I did coffee dye elsewhere, but I thought it looked really nicely with this scene since it matches her dress so well. It's a little journaling card there, and I love this. This card is made from a Jane Austen book page, and someone went ahead and painted that beautiful hand painted original artwork on it, and then I made a copy and printed it out on cardstock. So this is cardstock that I have coffee and tea dyed and then just embellished with a bit of lace. Love that beautiful image on the Jane Austen book page. Over here, there's another cluster, and again, I sell clusters very similar to this in my shop, A Passion for Paper shop on Etsy. A lot of the clusters are sold out right now, so I do need to make some more. I love this little one too. I do a lot of clusters with the words. And this one has another Scrappy notepad that I paper clipped into the journal, so you could again move this around anywhere you like. Here's the pad itself, and it comes, again, this is one of the sample stamps. I just love it. Stamped it onto coffee dyed paper, put it on top of this lovely hand torn ribbon, sewed that together. And again, this one is a little more of the French theme with the French authentic book page, other pages, and that lovely stamp again. See some nice grungy pieces there. Here's some more of that lovely sari silk that I coffee dyed and sewed into a little pocket here. And inside this pocket we just have some fun little things tucked in. This is a piece of paper that has been stamped, another little journaling card from index cards that have been coffee and tea dyed, and so is this one. Apparently we're getting a storm, so